Man, yeah, just everything's rusty. That clap was rusty.
Clap was rusty.
Yeah. Out of
Is it rolling now?
yeah, it's
Seems
rolling.
alright. Rolling.
Coming back from a hiatus still.
I feel like we had a pretty good run of consistent episodes. I mean, it was like about 50 in a row with not really much break.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
I don't think was there any? There might have been one or something, but no, that was pretty consistent. Gotta say, I kind of enjoyed the break, though. I don't know how you felt about that, but
Yeah.
maybe it's just nice to disconnect from sort of all the routines for
Yeah,
a while.
Yeah.
That might be the main thing.
Yeah, it's important to take a break sometimes.
Let's check the levels here.
Seems equal.
Oh man. Okay, yeah. Seems all right. Yeah.
You went on a trip, right? Or
Yeah, I went to Canada.
How? Yeah. I don't think we talked about that.
Didn't talk about it at
We
all.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much people care about the ongoings in Canada, but I don't know. I mean, fundamentally to me, it just reinforced all the reasons I kind of left it in a way.
Yeah.
It just felt like all the problems. I don't know. It's just a situation of like boiling the frog there, where all the things that were in motion a decade ago are still progressing and getting worse.
Like getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Economy felt pretty rough. Feels pretty rough here too. Coming back now. Yeah, I mean, dealing with like, I don't know, either someone on like drugs or mental illness, like losing their mind in your apartment lobby at like 8 a.m. on a Tuesday. Like, and that's just a reality that you endure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't make much sense anymore. But yeah, it was very like reverse culture shock heavy, basically, after spending.
You hadn't been back for a few years, right? That
Yeah.
was kind of like 2-3 years or something.
Or 5 years, yeah.
5. Well, yeah, so a while.
It's half a decade, right?
That's a while, man. Yeah. A lot can change in 5 years. I mean, it's kind of it's a pretty big jump. Yeah.
It was basically the last time I went was before COVID, right before.
That's a huge leap then.
Yeah.
Pre and post COVID and everything.
In some ways not though. I feel like there was like at least 3 years that were kind of like 1 year during COVID.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like both a long time and also maybe not really that long of a time.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
COVID feels pretty far away now, I want to say though.
Yeah.
I guess just because Tokyo is just like so amped up with tourists and totally random people coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like it took a while to get out of COVID. I don't know, like I feel like the end of COVID isn't like super clear to me either. Like I would say like 2020 2000 what was it? 2023. Wow.
2023, yeah.
Yeah. Like I feel like that kind of signifies to me the end of it.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. But then I still feel like some stuff took longer to recover or something. I don't know. I feel like the social climate was maybe still a bit more subdued up until like last year or something.
Yeah.
Or like even this year, it still kind of feels like it's coming back. In
I
a
don't
way,
know. I think it's just shifted into a different phase. I mean, we're certainly not going back to pre-COVID Tokyo, I think. So it's just kind of like the new.
I don't even know what that was though, right?
New normal or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, things were open later.
Yeah, that's true. I
like
remember
restaurants were open later. There wasn't as many tourists. I mean, it wasn't people backed up for like 3 years waiting to come here. Economy was better, so money went a little bit further.
Yeah, the inflation.
Economy was better. It was less tourists. Things were open later. So it was good. I mean, I hate to be like the further back you go, the better it was, but I do feel like there is an element of that where like, if if you're here in like the early 2000s or like even the 90s or something, like you're just gonna have a very different take than, you know, probably people would now.
Yeah.
Who are like coming here for the first time now.
Mm.
To the extent where I'm like, why would anyone come here for the first time now? Like I sort of don't really know what the main pull would be, I guess. Because it just doesn't seem kind of worth it at the moment, I would say.
Well, yeah, it's a good question. What is worth it?
Other than just like fleeing, I don't know, Canada or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, so the inflation in Canada was pretty crazy as well, with like a carton of eggs being like $9, right?
Yeah.
Cost of living, like everything definitely feels more expensive there just with tipping, right?
Right. Oh, they do that in Canada. Yeah. I forgot they do that in Canada too.
Yeah.
I was just thinking it's like just a US thing.
No.
But it's actually yeah.
But yeah, like now it's like 18% is considered standard, right? Used to be 15 at least, what I remember.
That's like the stupidest form of culture.
Yeah.
I'm just like to the point where I just like don't even want to ever be in countries where that's a thing. Yeah. I'm just like, why? Like, it's like that Pulp Fiction scene. It's like no one's livelihood should be like dependent on tips. Like it's such a, unless you're like specifically in some like commission based job or something.
So like it made sense to me in the context of there's some US states where the minimum wage is still like $2 or $3 an hour or something, right? And like servers are literally counting on the tips to live, but it's not that in Canada.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I'm being paid probably reasonably above minimum wage. But then I'm also going to be upset with you if you don't
give like 15%.
Yeah.
Tip,
well,
or
18%
tip. Yeah.
And like, it's also, I feel like it used to be like, okay, if you sit down, okay, you tip, right?
Yeah.
If you sit down for a meal. Takeout, I felt like was maybe a gray area or like kind of flat, few bucks or something.
Yeah.
But like now it's pretty much everywhere. Like
it's everything, right?
Well, it's like you pay at Starbucks and you're presented with a tip screen at the terminal.
Oh, really?
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like you're always put into that position where you have to decide, right?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that, man. I wouldn't. It's such a
Yeah, it's a really dumb element of. No, not dumb. Just it's not good infrastructure. It's not good social infrastructure, I guess. Right.
Well, yeah, because it's like if you're like obligated to do it, then it's like what is the real price that you're even having to pay here or something?
Just
right?
Give me the price
give the actual price
costs for this to make sense to you, right?
Yeah.
Like you're offering a service, whatever it is. Like, I don't know how it's like still around, right? But that's the same thing with like everything in Canada. It's just like all the problems are frozen in time.
Oh, you're not like really developing.
Yeah, like it's the same kind of same strain that's just been developing over a few decades now. But going back to like, why would anyone think of moving to Japan now? I don't know. I mean, well, we've been in a global decline for like almost 2 decades now, economically, right?
Yeah.
So why would you do anything anywhere?
Yeah,
almost, right?
I think there's like the escape element. Certainly, I mean, it's just like if you want to escape from wherever you are. I mean, that's one element certainly.
Yeah.
So it makes sense in that sense, but I just feel like it wasn't really like if you came here in like the 90s or something, like you're probably pretty like adventurous, right? Because it just wasn't
pre-smartphone, pre-Google Translate, right? So like you're really completely
you had to rely on books and like you're probably carrying around physical dictionaries and trying to look things up and. I mean, I wasn't here myself in the 90s, but like if I look at the people I know who were, like they're mostly pretty cool people, right? Because they're like adventurous,
like how to figure stuff out,
and like there wasn't Yeah, I mean, there's none of this like, technology or translate or any other
now
easy stuff. Yeah.
So I have a Pixel, Google Pixel phone, and literally you just like press and hold on the bottom of the screen, and it instantly translates any screen on any app instantly. So I'm like, oh, I'm not going to learn the language, right?
Yeah. It's made I mean, the technology is quite incredible. Like, or things that will translate like just photographs of text. Like, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Now they're like reliable.
Yeah.
Because 10 years ago they were pretty bad still.
Yeah. So if you got something in the, like if you got some difficult looking notice in the mail, like if you didn't have a friend or something to help you, like you're kind of just fucked. Like you're like, what does this mean? Well, who knows, right? Or now you can just use those translators or whatever.
I was going through like old belongings and found old phones. Like the two worth highlighting, I guess, is the Samsung Vice, which is a horizontal slider. So T9 kind of Nokia looking thing on the main screen, but then it slides out landscape wise, and you have a full QWERTY keyboard. Then also like early BlackBerry touchscreen smartphone. I don't know, were BlackBerries a thing where you were growing up?
Yeah, they're a thing. Those phones were like early like clamshell phones were kind of just like, they were interesting, but they're like almost like just, I don't know, like toys or something. Cause like you could call your friends, but like you could sort of call your friends anyway, just through like a landline or something. So I definitely don't feel like they really changed life that much compared with the smartphones.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was more about just being able to communicate with your peers, in high school, right?
But you could do that on the internet. Like, you didn't have like,
but it was something about
messengers. Being
in your pocket, right?
Yeah.
Like people, I don't know, at least sort of my demographic wasn't hanging out on, well, we were on like MSN first, right?
Yeah.
We've probably talked about this before, but yeah, I know. I felt like texting was kind of different than BBM eventually.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
But it was just funny playing around with what was it, like a BlackBerry Storm 2, I think. And the gimmick of it was that it was like a 2-stage haptic touchscreen.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like you could like tap to like hover, and then you could like click through the touchscreen.
Yeah.
So it was like typing on a typewriter, basically. Really just jarring kind of experience. I mean, people hated it at the time, except for the people who loved it.
It's not like an interface you would maybe think many people would think about now, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
But yeah, it's like in hindsight, it's like part of this sort of chaos of trying to figure out the smartphone experience, I guess.
Yeah.
But at that point, BlackBerry was already on the decline.
It's kind of on the decline. Yeah. It's kind of like the whole Garakei thing where they had like, it was just like Japanese smartphone, well, not smartphone, like Japanese pre-smartphone evolution, like kind of went in its own weird direction. And it was just like the domestic market was like pretty big, and like I guess there's a lot of like models that just only came out here.
Yeah.
Or like things that were only really developed here.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly, but I just have vague images of like interesting form factors and just weird displays on the side of devices and yeah,
it was kind of like a real art form. I mean, it has that like, definitely kind of has that, I don't know, 2000s vibe, I guess, where it's kind of like the main period of popularity, I guess.
My dad had a Motorola Razr. Right, the flip one.
Okay, yeah.
It's like quite thin, and actually, like I think even now it's a pretty like cutting design.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from the form factor being completely deprecated at this point, it feels like it would still be a well-designed tactile experience.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, like I feel like there was that whole period of like those kind of phones was kind of interesting because, yeah, you could like communicate with people and like, you know, build your contacts or whatever. But at the same time, like people out and about in public weren't like looking at the internet, I guess.
Yeah.
So everyone was like still more in reality, I guess, for lack of a better word, than they are like now.
Yeah.
Where everyone's just like on the internet like all the time.
Tying it back into COVID, yeah, like it does feel a bit I don't even know the right words around this, but you know, like people were isolated for 2-3 years and then handed you know, AI technology like immediately off the I don't know, it's definitely you hear about the ChatGPT induced psychosis stuff, and it's like not really surprising that we're here, I guess.
ChatGPT psychosis.
It's funny they have this sort of side quest thing in Cyberpunk called Cyber Psychos.
Okay, yeah.
And so it's like these little, you know, combat instances with some character that basically got too much cyber surgery or whatever and like lost their mind. Basically, like they're too robot.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
But yeah, just kind of parallels this phenomenon, I suppose.
Yeah. So what were the other like problems you thought that Canada hadn't really like solved?
Well, so one of the experiences I had a decade or whatever ago was just living in Vancouver and you know, paying way too much for rent and seeing a bunch of empty apartments like out the window, right? So foreign investors basically
just like buying up most of the city or something.
Literally just like parking money, right? And making the city actually kind of unlivable because of it, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, the government did nothing to address that, right? Like, yeah, the sort of the on the ground reality of taxpayers doesn't seem to be much of a concern for policymakers there.
Yeah.
And what happened most recently in Canada is just unfettered, but like way too much immigration, basically, and like not the good kind, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
But just the narrative of the multicultural tapestry, well integrated, sort of all mixing bowl, one culture type thing, like just is not the reality, right? The reality is like suddenly there's a very large presence of another culture existing in the same space as you, and you're like, okay, I guess this is a thing now. And so that apparently happened the last few years, and I know it's just all sorts of just problems not being addressed, I guess, right? 401 still under construction forever. It's been under construction my whole life, right? Like there's just constant traffic on it. Like, I don't know. So I found myself wondering, like, is Canada just cursed by this situation where you have a relatively small population over pretty large?
It's a big country. I mean, it's a huge, like, I think we talked maybe a little bit before, like Manitoba, where it's like, it's a huge area of land, right? There's like nothing really, not much there, right? Really. I mean,
the fact that 90% of the Canadian population lives along the sort of sliver along the US border. Like, okay, it's a smaller, like, okay, you don't have to administer the whole area, but you still have to connect the East Coast to the West Coast. And Canada has this like Trans-Canada Highway, which we were actually camping kind of right off of. And okay, like you have a road that runs from west to east. I know, what's that, like 2,000 kilometers more? 4,000? I have no idea. feel like Japan's like 2,000 from north to south. So this has to be even more. 10 anyway. It's a lot. It's really long.
Yeah. Are there just like up in the northern parts, like are there just not really like any resources up there?
Well, there's a ton of resources, right? Yeah. It's tons of, I don't know, like if you can develop and mine in areas, I'm sure there's tons of metals and minerals, tons of lumber, right?
Right. I guess I'm just trying to compare it to Australia, right? Which is sort of the same situation. Like 90% of the population is just kind of like in a ring around the coast, and like in most of the actual country, I mean, there's just nothing really there because it's just kind of a desert. But some areas like Western Australia is just like really resource rich. So,
but it's quite like barren, right?
Oh, it is.
Like it's all minerals and metals.
Yeah, it's just like minerals and metals. So like you can.
I guess it's good that you can see them relatively easily.
Yeah,
right?
So like weirdly, you can kind of get like weirdly rich if you go into that sector.
You were telling me about some like random town, just like northwestern. No, it wasn't you. It was who's your friend from Perth?
Oh, Julian.
Yeah, Julian. Yeah. Julian was telling me about some mining town where. Can't remember what it was, but it was just this like in the middle of nowhere, like huge kind of mining industry. Because there's some, and there's like a family owns like most of Australia in that area. Sorry, I'm butchering this, but
no, it's weird, man, because it's like it's pretty intense work, man. Like if you're working in those mines or those areas, like you're probably putting like 12-hour days for. A long time, and like they have like really strict, well, because they think people are gonna like steal stuff and like try to make off with like gold or something, right? So like there's really strict regulations about like handling stuff, and like if you get caught, it's crazy penalties for but yeah, I mean there's people making a lot of money, but it's like, what do you like, there's nothing to really do with it there. So again, other than like do drugs or something, or like just buy car, like I don't know, it creates like a really weird situation because it's like not really, it's like a really wealthy area, but it's not really like a place where you can do
anything with it, right? Yeah,
it's kind of weird. So I don't know, I was thinking Canada might be kind of the same. I don't know if people are like working up super in the northern part, but
yeah, I mean here and there, right? There's definitely like in the oil sector or mining sector, there'll be deployments like that, I guess, where you're stationed somewhere pretty remote for a while.
Yeah.
And yeah, I could see the appeal in a weird way of something like that.
I kind of want to do that. Yeah. I feel like I'm just leaning towards doing something like that.
Have you been like on a big what's the word, hermit kick lately?
I feel like I've been on a hermit kick this year, and just like I could see the appeal of like an oil rig or something. Actually, like just because you don't have to like deal with anyone, right?
Yeah. What's the other one? It's
probably annoying in practice. Like you probably do have to like pay a lot of attention, probably, or work pretty hard, but.
I was listening to a podcast with Dan Soder, a comedian, and he did like a summer working in Alaska. And he was I don't know, he's digging holes basically. Okay, it was like some super manual stuff, but yeah, I know being somewhere so remote kind of is intoxicating in its own way.
Yeah.
And just literally not having anything to do. Kind of has to be pretty liberating in a way.
Yeah, right? it'd be pretty chill. If you could get something that wasn't too,
it's like anti-FOMO basically, right? Yeah.
Yeah, if you could find something that wasn't, that's the only problem with the mines is like it's like pretty intense actual work.
Yeah.
And like you're probably having to pay like quite a lot of attention every day. Like you're probably just dropping off exhausted, and like it's probably pretty
literal back-breaking labor.
Yeah. But I mean, just anything associated with it, like manning machinery or like operating it, or like just any kind of job you would be you'd be doing up there. But yeah, I mean, you could probably make a lot of money. But,
yeah. Isolation, manual labor. Oh yeah, my Instagram algorithm was hitting me with someone like stationing fire towers.
Fire towers.
Like they're basically like living in a off the grid cabin stationed somewhere in the wilderness, and their job is just to climb a tower and like report on weather.
Okay, and like weather stations or something.
Yeah, and like make sure that the thunderstorm didn't cause a fire to break out.
Okay, yeah,
right?
yeah. So just like writing reports on weather conditions and stuff.
Kind of, but effectively they're just sitting on the walkie-talkie in a watchtower in the middle of the wilderness. Right?
Yeah. That'd be pretty chill.
Kind of, yeah. Nice.
That'd be cool.
Be nice for a summer, I suppose. Right?
Yeah,
but I don't know. Trying to like how quickly would it become the worst thing ever? Not worst thing ever, but you'd get sick of it, I guess, right?
Probably get sick of it eventually, but I could definitely see doing that for like even like a year or something.
Yeah,
I don't think I would have too many problems with it for at least maybe a year.
What about just like a remote country home in Japan? Does that scratch the same itch?
Good. I mean, like the countryside is nice here. I mean, I've certainly lived there before.
Would you go back to like the place you first came when you came to Japan? I don't know how much detail you want to give around that
island or I wouldn't.
No.
I don't think I would go back. Like I feel like I just kind of did that to the degree I would want to. I mean, it's certainly interesting, but I would probably try to do some other place, maybe like.
So what? Island isolation's just the wrong flavor of hermetism.
It's good, man, but the weird thing is that like you're kind of like not really a hermit because literal islands are almost the opposite because like the community like has to be so tight knit that you're like sort of. Like you weirdly like can't be a hermit because there's just like a limited amount of people that are just in a small space.
Yeah. So
you're going to see the same people like every day, whether you want to or not. And like you can't really like there's like no strangers. So
and is the infrastructure still kind of like Tokyo basically? I mean, is it the like 16 unit 2-story apartment building where the walls are way too thin?
Oh man, it's a real mix. Like there's some like
the archetypal Japanese kind of
things are like the one thing is there's just like more like apartments are certainly bigger because like weirdly there's just so few people that you can have bigger like Tokyo apartments are small because there's just a fuck ton of people, right? But like if there's like a few hundred people, then you can have a pretty big apartment, even on a little island, really, because there's just not that many people there, right? So weirdly you have like sort of more space in that sense, but it's not an environment I would want to really be in again. I mean, I could see like going some other, just more like, I don't know, Shizuoka or something, maybe like more
coastal
countryside that way, or even near.
You step out of your house, what do you see?
Like a forest or mountain or something.
Okay.
I'm kind of like more into that than.
Is it like a forest across a valley, or is it like you're in a forest?
Both would be okay, I think. Yeah. I feel like forests are underrated. Yeah.
My friend Ben in Hokkaido, he left now, but I still reminisce over his setup. He was renting it, but he was basically living like on top of a mountain.
That's cool,
or like halfway up a mountain, but kind of in an onsen community.
That's
like
pretty cool.
He was in a place where they're like sitting on top of the water source, sulfuric water source.
Yeah.
And so like I was asking basically how does it work? And it's like, well, the water's just there, and everyone in the neighborhood pays like $10 a month for like the pump maintenance.
Okay, yeah.
And
but
you
anyone
just
can
pump
just use
as much water
yeah.
as you want. And so his like bathtub was like a stone, like, you know, onsen kind of bathtub.
That's cool.
Right?
You got private.
Yeah, exactly.
Onsen almost. Right?
Yeah. Push the button and like yellow water pours out like with smell and everything.
Yeah.
Like window opens and it's a snowy landscape, like very like sharp, cold breeze, right?
Sounds like where Brandon used to live, like when he was in originally in Hokkaido.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean those places are cool. Like Hokkaido would probably get a little bit too cold for me, but
the snow's intense. I mean, just watching him like clear the snow so he could drive his car to work every morning. It's like, and he's like on a mountain, right? So it's like there's a blizzard happening, right?
Yeah,
like it's not a light snow.
That's sort of stuff I grew up with when I was a little kid. So you know, like shoveling snow to get the car out. So I think I've had enough of that for one lifetime. Kind of not enthusiastic about shoveling snow again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know if I would want to live Hokkaido, but yeah, somewhere like Shizuoka or like Fuji or something I think would be cool. I mean, it's just kind of like forested countryside or you know, a few mountains and areas out that way.
I'm kind of tempted to like try and find something which is essentially just like a train ride away from one of the airports and like outside of Tokyo type of thing.
Yeah.
So like easy
like
internet.
Chiba kind of.
Yeah, I'd know, like I guess close to Narita or something, or like on some transportation sort of vein from Narita.
Chiba's that area is kind of boring though. I mean, it's just so like flat and it's just like rice fields after rice fields after. I feel like Chiba countryside is a little bit boring. I think, but
Ibaraki is a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the whole Kanto area is not the most interesting, I guess. Like towards Fuji and towards Shizuoka, it's kind of
that's where you get like the I feel like that area is kind of underrated.
Yeah,
people are kind of sleeping on Shizuoka or Fuji. There's a lot of like onsens out there too, right? There's a lot of cool, like, you know, kind of resort houses and resort places too.
The interesting thing, going back to the Hokkaido setup that my friend had, and I think, so in the winter you can't close the faucet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like you keep it cracked all night, because otherwise it'll freezes,
over. Right? Yeah. I'm not about that kind of stuff, man. It's too annoying. It's like, you know, pipes are freezing and breaking and all kinds of. There's another annoying thing about living on the island is all these like everything related to like pipes and like heaters and I mean I'm sure they've updated stuff by now, but like when I was there it was like still it felt like, you know, furnishings you'd have in like the 1960s or something, you know, like
just less money, less renewal type stuff. Or
it's just like, you know, like if you're trying to take a shower, like you have to like turn on a water heater manually. Yeah. And like you have to like I can never even it's so funny, like someone I think it was Tokyo Sam actually interviewed me about this like maybe 10 years ago or something on his podcast, and like I was trying to explain this water heater because like if you haven't seen it, you're just like what even like you have to like turn it's like a video game. Like you have to like simultaneously like turn something and then like press a button.
Okay. And like you turn on the ignition basically.
Yeah,
right?
You have to like ignite it and this is just like taking a normal shower, right? So it's just like such a weird feeling because it's like imagine you have to do that like every morning or like every day, anytime you want to take a shower and like.
But so that's just like old appliances, basically,
it's
right?
just like they had.
So like that was here, but like 20 years ago or whatever, not 10.
I feel like more like 30 years. I mean, like I think like Tokyo furnishings were probably more.
It's kind of the curse of Japan, right? Where it's like if only there were like more money in like Yamanashi or something, or Shizuoka, like there'd be more interesting places maybe to live, and it wouldn't just be this mega city where everyone's on top of each other. You know, there's not many trees lining like the sidewalks. There's no sidewalks a lot of the time, right? Like it's just so shoulder to shoulder,
to shoulder. But I mean, that's certainly a thing, and like I am sure like it's getting a bit back in the day now. So like I'm sure a lot of the countryside has been updated too. But it would be like like you go to the bathroom and it's like a Japanese style toilet, or like they're just I don't know. There's a lot of there's like squat toilets or like water heaters you have to like manually crank. Like there's just things that are like outdated, or like they would like when I was living there, they did eventually install a modern, you know, like heater, cooler, but like you can see that like originally it was just like a kerosene heater that you're like supposed to use in your house. Which is like so weirdly dangerous in a way, because like it can like the chances of like having a fire from that are like so much higher,
or like carbon monoxide.
There's just awful fumes, and like it's just so like weirdly inefficient. Like you're trying to stay warm.
It heats very well though, doesn't it? I like whenever I have one at a hotel.
They sort of do, but like the ones they had there were just like so old school. And I was just like, man, I can't. I'm just gonna buy a little electric heater because I'm like, I just can't be fucked with like putting kerosene in like a burner heat. Like I'm like, what?
I know it's like in some ways I find it kind of nice. I mean, living like that would be annoying, but I'm thinking back to I did a kind of late fall motorcycle touring trip a few years ago, and I stayed at one hotel in Kusatsu, and it was like a pretty cold night, and you know, very thin walls, like no insulation. But the blanket was so heavy and so nice. Weirdly such a relief to just like snuggle up under like a very warm blanket, despite everything else being freezing.
I mean it's a good feeling. I guess like if you're deliberately like going into that.
But if that's your reality,
if it's just like everyday reality, you can't really adjust much. Then I guess kind of.
But everyone else there is on that pace as well.
Yeah, everyone's on the same pace.
So,
and you know, there are like they did have like a local onsen too that you could, you know, go and chill at. And, so yeah, it's cool, man. Like the island was good and you know better than I thought it would be. But again, I just don't know if I would want to be in that particular kind of countryside at this point. But
I think one of the things with Japan is, maybe everywhere, real estate everywhere, like identifying the places that are on the come up now, right? Like, what are the new small communities that are growing for whatever reason? Like in Hokkaido, I think Brandon was telling us about Asahikawa.
Okay,
which was like the only place there whose population was growing.
It was actually growing,
and it wasn't like super clear why, other than people were choosing to invest there. And if you find the right place for that, I feel like it could be kind of nice.
I always come back to thinking about like Osaka too, because I just haven't been there in such a long time, and I feel like it's probably developed in interesting ways too, compared with when I was last there.
The thing I heard about Osaka that that particular person was not fond of is it's the roads are very grid-like.
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
So he seemed to think that was a bit of a drag on it.
It's a very grid-like city. Like I just remember those huge like Shoten guys were just extending forever, and
just this endless tic-tac shopping.
Yeah, it's just like
streets,
an endless
right?
tic-tac of streets, and it's just like tic-tac-toe or whatever. Cool place though. Like I always sort of vibed with it, I guess. I mean, it's just different kind of energy. I want to say.
Yeah.
Which I kind of liked. I don't know. Everyone's like in love with Fukuoka, but sort of preferred Osaka myself for some reason. But yeah.
Yeah, different vibe for sure. Yeah, I could see the appeal of Fukuoka as well. But
it's a really lovely, I mean, Fukuoka is like a really lovely weather city. Like the weather is really nice.
It's like living in Japanese California or something.
Yeah, it's
right?
it's sort of like a California. I mean, it's a cool place. I mean, I definitely liked it, but I just felt like Osaka had more like, I don't know, raw energy or something.
Yeah,
like it just seemed
more of the
like,
big city kind of explosiveness,
yeah, it was more
right?
And like the culture is just kind of different, I guess. Like people are like like when people party, they like really party, and everyone's like a strong drinker. Like the food culture is really good. Just kind of, yeah, more energy or something. Yeah, Fukuoka is kind of like California. I think that's why people like it, maybe just because it has that like sunny kind of, you know,
coastal
vibe, and like, you know, it's very modern. Like the buildings are very new. It's very nice looking, you know, modern kind of city.
Apparently, just one of the last Yakuza strongholds.
Yeah, well, Hiroshima is certainly a
like
yak
that too.
place. Yeah. Hiroshima just has like yak energy. Like if you go, it's hard to explain, but it's just like you definitely get that vibe. Like it has very strong yak energy, and like like even just like normal people kind of do too. Like they're just sort of, I don't know, like a little bit rougher than you would normally maybe encounter here. Yeah,
there's just that sort of culturally embedded shadiness or something.
Yeah, it just has that kind of like shady vibe. I mean, not like I don't mean even like in a bad way, but just like compared to here, like I think unless like in Tokyo, unless you're like really looking for it or like going to very specific places, like you're usually not gonna encounter that energy.
Yeah.
But in Hiroshima, like you just normally,
yeah,
like it's just there, and like it's just kind of more part of the culture, I guess. Yeah.
I was surprised even like going to like Yokohama, which is what 45 minutes drive from Tokyo, basically.
Yeah.
And like that was a different world. Like I was there for New Year's.
Yeah.
And you know, there's cops directing traffic, and not 20 meters down the road.
Yeah.
There's like cars with their license plates folded up and with the imperial Japanese flag.
Yeah.
Just like,
I never feel like I really figured Yokohama out. Like I have been down that way, but yeah, very different energy, but I just didn't feel like I really locked into it or like figured it out, I guess. Like I think I would have to spend more time kind of down that way. I mean, there's interesting like Chinatown down there.
Yeah.
There's that like Yokohama Chukagaya and cool and like amazing restaurants and like kind of a cool place, but never feel like I really got the vibe, I guess, or like figured it out to the same extent, maybe. Such a hard thing to explain, but like I definitely feel like other places I've spent more time in, like I feel like I worked out their vibes a lot better. But yeah,
it's I'm kind of surprised that the network, the people we know, I mean, it's just there's such a strong Tokyo bias, right? Like I feel like you don't have the same sort of lattice network stretching across other areas.
Weirdly, like I feel like in the past it used to be
like more spread out.
Oh yeah, there used to be like in our extended circle. I mean, like there used to be tons of people in Osaka, and like that was it was sort of like balanced almost evenly. Like there was, you know, Tokyo crew and then Osaka crew.
Yeah.
there's a lot more people in Kansai, and like nowadays you just don't really hear from them that much.
It's like, do you know anyone living in like Nagano?
No, yeah,
right? But
yeah.
why not? Right? It's kind of like down the street.
It used to be, yeah. I mean, there used to be like Papa Brian used to be in Nagoya, and like
third largest city in. But now I don't know anyone in Nagoya, right?
It's another weird one. Like I only been there once, and like there's another place like I just could not figure the vibe, and like it kind of seemed kind of whack in a lot of ways, and like I just couldn't really.
I feel like it's a pretty like Bosozoku type place as well.
Like I was with some people that
all the Japanese guys I know from Nagoya are pretty like rough, basically.
They were, man. And that was sort of like, I thought they were kind of whack though. Like I mean, this was like more than 10 years ago now, but like I did meet some people from Nagoya, and like Japanese people, and I went out there to chill with them, and like I don't know, like it was all right, but it just seemed like a shittier version of Osaka, I guess. But like without,
we have Osaka at home.
Yeah, it was like like that's what it sort of felt like, and like like there's people trying to be like rough and like do weed and stuff. I don't know, but it was just like I felt like it wasn't. I just mean like even walking around the city and trying to be like, where would you actually go? Like what shopping is there? What rest? Like it just didn't seem to have much going for it that I could see. But maybe I just didn't crack the code. So I don't know. But
I wonder how that centralization happened, because presumably like
it's just no work, man. I mean, like why would you like what would you if you're
shrinking population,
like
but Nagoya, surely there's enough people in the third largest
but
city.
if you're a foreigner, like what?
Teach English? No, isn't that the classic? Like,
but why would
wasn't that the equalizing factor?
Yes, but like, why would you pick it over like Tokyo, right? Like, there's not really. I mean, there are like there's certainly a lot of like there are those kind of people out there, but they're usually pretty like the people that end up in those places and stay there for a long time, like they're usually pretty hermit kind of people.
Yeah,
like they're not people you would normally like hear from, I guess.
They went there for a reason, basically.
They whether they went there for a reason or not, like if they stayed there, then they're probably staying there for a reason. And like you would see them out in Hiroshima and smaller cities like Okayama and stuff too. Like you'd see people out there that had been there for like 10, 15 20 years, and you're like, man, like you really been here for like 15 years in Okayama. Seems kind of crazy, because like even after a few months you kind of get the idea. You're like, yeah, this is a pretty small city.
Yeah, like
you're not going to be getting up to too much in this little countryside. I mean, it's a city, but it's just like,
so that's kind of what Toronto felt like to me.
Oh really? Yeah, you felt like it was just,
well, it's like, I was walking down the street with my sister, and she'd randomly bump into her friend, right? Like it still felt very much like a big
provincial
village.
It's like a big village or something. Although weirdly, like Toronto has like weird art scenes and like music scenes and like
it's there
comics. Like it's like kind of a weirdly,
it's international
creative place. Like there's definitely it's kind of on the map.
It's on the map.
Whereas like Okayama, like it's like what like why would you be there? I guess like it's not really.
Well, yeah. So like sharing a bit more, my visiting Toronto, and like just looking around a bit, I did feel a sense of relief in that, like, oh, I could live here.
You could just come back and set up shop, right?
Like it's not, there's a lot of stuff you need to accept in order to live there and put up with living there. But like at the end of the day, it felt completely livable.
Probably survived.
Like I guess it's nice that it's not just, I don't know. Yeah, like if you came from a country that literally did not have like a
infrastructure or something, yeah.
Or like one international airport, right? Like something like that. Or it's like, what do you do there,
what would
right?
you do there, yeah. I don't know if I could live in Perth, man, because it's just like, it feels like it's, I think I told you this last time when I came back, like, it just feels like it's weirdly disintegrating. And like on paper, the population is increasing.
Right.
But if you go to the city, it's like, feels like it's turning into a ghost town. So I'm sort of like, what are, like, people are immigrating here and the population is increasing, but like, where are they? I guess it felt like
well, you're saying like there's like empty skyscrapers and stuff, or what?
Everything, like I couldn't find anything. I was walking around the city center and I was like, it feels like more depopulated than like just a normal suburb here. I'm like walking around the central station.
Do you think that was COVID that changed that?
I was just there in January this year,
but like post COVID type shift.
I feel like I'd been heading in that direction anyway. And like they're in theory they're like developing the city. They're like putting up new buildings, new restaurants, and like they're trying to like gentrify it, make it nice, but it felt like they're like building a weird, I don't know, cleaned up ghost town or something. Because it just wasn't like, compared to when I was a student there. You just walk around the city and there's like just not people.
Yeah.
And like didn't seem like much was happening like at night. I was there on the weekend with my friends and like we were walking around and it's pretty quiet. There's not really much party vibe or like people out or like. So I don't know. I mean, maybe people are just turning to hermits everywhere. Could be, but
yeah. One criticism my friend shared with me, because he visited Toronto, and we met up in. Sorry, he visited Tokyo, and we met up in Toronto. Yeah. But he said, like in Tokyo, there's no like discoverability. Like
in what way?
Well, like you can't like walk down the street and like see some cool event happening or something, because it's all like tucked away in some like fourth story, like you won't see it off the street type thing.
Yeah, there's an element of
like
that.
You can't even find the nightclubs basically, right? Well,
there's an element of that. Like I don't think he's necessarily wrong.
Yeah,
but
certainly compared to like Toronto or New York patios type stuff, where you can walk by a venue and just see that, this is kind of popping, right?
Yeah, there's an element of that, but at the same time, if you're like walking around Shibuya or Shinjuku, like you're gonna find you are gonna, in practice, you're gonna find stuff, right? Like you are gonna find places. So
yeah,
there's an element of that. I think what he says is like almost more true for small scale events or like more interesting events. Because like the things that are going to be on those like fifth floor undiscoverable venues are like probably the more interesting things.
Or like even something like sports or something. It's like you can't like walk by a park and see a football game and like join the club, because the soccer, the football game is going to be happening like on top of a roof of some building that you just have no idea how to even get there. Right? Yeah,
you gotta do a bit of digging, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like completely undiscoverable, but
I guess it just makes me wonder like how people found out about stuff before the internet. Were people sharing these events more? Like,
I don't know, man. I mean, I like the first few times I came to Japan, like I think the earliest was like 2006, and the internet existed, but I didn't have a phone. And I was just here for few weeks or whatever, and maybe just like a week, or I think it was just a week originally. But yeah, I was just walking around and I found tons of interesting stuff, man. I mean, it wasn't, I found bars, found a lot of shops, even some cool people.
Yeah.
So I think it's doable, but you maybe have to put a little bit of time into walking around or checking it out.
Yeah. Let's see how we're doing here.
Probably wrap up.
Yeah,
almost,
can probably.
Oh yeah, should.
Are you working tomorrow?
No, finally got a
Nice.
holiday. Yeah, cool. All right.
Yeah, well,
pretty low key episode, but
I wonder if
maybe
nuances of living in Japan will resonate with anyone.
I'm sure it'll resonate with some people.
What's it like living where you live? Let us know.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Peace.
Have a good week.